Good evening, everybody. I'm going to tie what I call a Midge Larvae pattern that I use in Arkansas quite frequently, especially when the trout fishing gets tough. So I'm using a size 18 nymph scud hook to tie this. You could do it in different sizes from 14s all the way up to 26s. 18 seems to be the most common size that I use that works pretty well. I tie them in a flesh color, tan or black. This one's going to be in black, and I'm using a 210 denier thread to tie this. You can use other threads, but it seems like the 210 for this size works best. You could use an 8/0, you could use a 6/0. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but you get more wraps and more work, out of the 8/0 thread. You'll have to do some more wraps on it, but you can make it look a little smoother if with this smaller thread, if that's the effect that you're trying to do. But I don't do that with the 210. What I do is simply just start my body and butt my wraps all the way down. I'm using this tag in my left hand here to guide it evenly all the way down. And right before I get to the end, I cut it off because it does hold a little tag. Then I want to hide that tag, and then when I work my way back up, I do spiral wraps just like that. They're not touching wraps, they're spiral wraps. And then, of course, when I get to the head, I will build what I call a thread bump. It's basically the head of the larva. Okay, and anytime I pull on my bob can, I use my other thumb to pull that because these hooks are pretty delicate. So, and then I just do a whip finish. Hold that down with my thumb, or my finger rather. Tighten it on there. And when I cut this, I try to cut it as close as I can. If you do get a little thread, don't freak out. It's not a big deal. Just try to cut it off if you can't. Just move on. And now I'm going to epoxy it. After I epoxy it, this fly is done. So it's a very easy fly. It is a fly that you need to have in your box. I call it the last resort. When you see those trout feeding on these larvae, and you'll see them, and they're not rising, and they're not, seems like they're not on anything else, then you'll have to go to these. But these right here could make a day from no fish to some fish, and sometimes you can catch some really nice fish using these, believe it or not. They're very small, but they're very plentiful, so we'll eat them like popcorn out there in that river. But anyway, I hope you found that informative, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.